What a way to start out Halo this year. So, I wasted 9 hours and only got maybe 1/8 of the way through my 147 rank grinding Warzone Legendary Firefight, and I wake up to the new year to find out that someone links me this tweet that is very interesting.
Gotcha, bitch. What? What the fuck?
That's the first thing.
Are you fucking kidding me?
So it turns out that a lot of YouTubers, the big major ones, overhyped the announcement of the 152 that they announced in the stream for Halo Infinite, that there'd be some sort of reward, and people were already trying the big YouTubers. The way they make their career is by overhyping stuff that isn't actually proven. Best example of recently was the loot boxes. Everyone goes, oh, there's gonna be no loot boxes. There's no loot boxes in Halo Infinite, and all they actually said was that there was gonna be no real money loot boxes. They did not deny that there's gonna be no loot boxes flat out. And again, I hope that there is no loot boxes, but I am not going to, flat out tell everyone that there's no loot boxes. I'm not going to be one of those people that desperately needs views, so I'm going to, over-exaggerate something that I haven't proven yet, and then when it doesn't happen, all those people get mad, upset, take it out on 343 when it was the YouTubers that hyped it up. And that's the same case here. Apparently, people were hinting that you'd get some sort of armor if you get to 152, when in reality, that's not the case. As one of the Halo community team members said at 343 Industries, he just came out and said, if you're grinding this for an armor, you're gonna be debating yourself or something like that. I'll leave a quote up here, but yeah, let's just be real here. This is probably something that we should have expected. I've been around the block since the early days of Halo, and they do this all the time where they say stuff and YouTubers take that and they over exaggerate it just to get views, and then they get all upset and whatnot when it turns out that's not the case. I remember again when was it one back a while ago, I remember it was Halo 3 with Bungie, when they said that they were going to make no more Halo games going forward. What they meant to say was, they were carefully wording it so that they weren't telling everyone what was going to happen, but in reality they just ended up making Halo 3 ODST and Halo Reach. Now look, I understand that people were disappointed with getting just an emblem if they get to 152, and they wanted to be rewarded for getting up to 152. They wanted to feel like that their time was worth it, but it really wasn't fair to all the people that had stopped playing and now are supposed to be expected to come back and grind that entire process again, when now it's even harder with the current community-wise to get matches and whatnot, and it's just not fun. I'll tell you flat out, 9 hours of playing Warzone Firefight, I just lost interest. I don't have a whole lot of time to play, and this kind of sucks that they're gonna just reward a small group of people with an armor that's gonna be even rarer to get than the Inheritor and Halo Reach, which by the way, that burnt me out too on, and not as badly as Halo 5, but that burnt me out enough that I stopped playing Halo for an entire year. That's how bad of an experience I had getting that. And I already hated getting the Achilles armor. I'll do a whole video on that about how we should never have Spartan companies to do armors because of the abuse that happens. But this was kind of expected, because even though there may have been other games that do this kind of thing, it's not something that Halo Infinite should do. It should not encourage people to go back to play a game that, again, it's just to get an armor. Like, say Halo Infinite does come out, they don't want to encourage people to go back to an old game to play it to get that armor if it's going to take them 3 years to get it. Like, we're not going to talk about like people that literally sit there and grind and have no life. We're going to talk about the average person wanting to get this armor. They're going to be expected 3 years to go back and play a game that they're over. That's not a good way to go about it. So it's going to be expected that this was going to happen. And I know that people wanted something more than an emblem, and they thought that, they're going to get something more. I'm glad that they're going to give them some sort of appreciation, but I'm glad it's not going to be an armor, to be honest, because it's not fair to a good majority of people. And so until they actually tell us what we're actually going to get with the 152, I'm not going to bother with this anymore. It was, fun to come back and chat with some people, but I want to be able to play the Halo games that I actually enjoy playing and not feel like I'm forced to play Warzone Firefight Legendary over and over and over. I like, Warzone Firefight. I love Firefight in general. I have always enjoyed it, but when you have to do something over and over, it becomes grindy and it becomes repetitive and it loses its enjoyment. I remember getting Achilles. I did not play SWAT for probably a good 9 months. I was so over SWAT because I needed to get all those headshots. I was so over it. I was so burnt out that I did not want to touch it. In fact, the overall game itself, I probably didn't even touch for a good 3 months after I got Achilles. I'm like, I got Achilles? I'm not going to play again. That's the problem that they need to kind of fix too with the armors, is they want to make it fun and rewarding to get, not once you get it, you're so burnt out of playing the game, you don't want to play anymore. The grind process, like, I understand that there needs to be some, it can't be too easy, but at the same time, something that can't be too repetitive. If it becomes too repetitive, it's going to make the gamer just really frustrated, and even after they finally get it, they don't want to play it anymore. And so that's the case with this, is that it looks like that you're not going to get any special armor for Halo Infinite, and I'm okay with that. I want to actually go back and play Halo MCC. That's where I'm getting a lot more enjoyment at. And I'd rather be able to play what I actually enjoy than not. Like, I hope that maybe in Halo Infinite they might do something like, if they do have an armor, that it's like play 500 games of this, or play 100 games of this, or something like that. Play 100 games in total. So it could be any game mode you want, just play 100 of it. I'd rather be something like that, even though there's going to be those people like, well, I grind a lot and I should be able to get, some cool armor. No. If you want to sit there and grind your ass out and get that armor early, that's fine by you, but it should be, people should be able to play the stuff that they want to enjoy and have a good time. And that's how I feel like Halo Infinite needs to go. It needs to actually have the same kind of situation where I want to be able to play Infection, and I want to be able to play SWAT, and I want to play these game modes and not feel like I'm not getting enough XP to get a reward at the end of it, and then I have to play one game mode that just gives you a good more amount than the rest, and have to keep grinding that to the point where I lose interest in it. If I could just change, hey, I'm going to play some big team battle now. I'm going to play, Action Sack. I'm going to play Team Snipers. I want to be able to feel like I can just change over to whichever game I want and gain progress and have fun playing that game, rather than being forced to play to get to 152. And that's how I feel like Halo Infinite should go about this. But one last thing I want to add here before I end this video, I just could not believe, is I see the guy's response. I understand how it is in the gaming industry. I'm not, as deep as this guy probably is. He has way more experience in the industry, but I get their hardship. I get their hardship every day. I understand what they go through. So when I see his response, he's trying to be straightforward and honest, and he's not necessarily downplaying it. He's telling people the truth, because the YouTubers already hyped it up. And so now that they hyped everyone up, now all of a sudden all these people are like, oh shoot, we just hyped everyone up on this thing, and he's telling us that that's not the case. Oh god. Because they know that everyone's now going to go for them. They're going to go, oh shoot, they just hyped it up, and now that's not actually the case. And I can't believe the responses from some people. Like, they act as if they are the heads of development. They literally said, these YouTubers, these big time YouTubers, some of them, like, again, I'm not trying to shit on every big time Halo YouTuber. There's probably some pretty cool Halo YouTubers out there. I'm just saying some of the responses that I see in this tweet just have me going, oh my god. There's just some of the things I just see people saying. It's just like, dude, you're acting really entitled. Again, wow, like one of the responses was literally telling them, well, if the game's gonna not be out for another year or so, I think you guys have plenty of time to make an armor for it. It's just like they act like as if that it's the responsibility of 343 to listen to these major YouTubers and decide what should be done and whatnot. I do videos like talking about things that would be great, letting the community vote, and doing a video showing off the cool things that the community wanted. But I'm not gonna say this needs to happen or it's not gonna be made, just or that it's gonna be a bad game, or that this has to be the response, that you have to put an armor. Again, like for example, I'm gonna quickly brush over this because I do not like discussing this because there's so many toxic people when it comes to this discussion. But Battle Royale, look, I really would like to see it in the game. Even if it does not end up in the game, I'm not necessarily going to say the game's going to fail. I'm not going to say that it's going to be the end of Halo if it doesn't have it. Just like the opponents, on the other hand, some of them will say the exact opposite, that if Battle Royale exists, that it'll be the end of Halo. And that selfish entitlement thing is just absolutely annoying. Look, even if Halo Infinite doesn't have Battle Royale, I don't think it's going to end up failing. I think it's going to be a missed opportunity, but I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. But that's the problem with some of these other people, is they feel that they have to have their way or the game's going to fail. And so I'm just going to end this here. I'm sorry that I know that's a little bit of rambling. The long story short is that YouTubers hyped up the getting 152 in Halo 5 will get you something in some sort of armor in Halo Infinite, and in reality that's probably not going to be the case. And until they actually tell us what we're actually going to get, I think it's best we just sit it out and just wait it out. I don't think it's actually going to be an armor from what the response is, and I'm glad with that, because it shouldn't be an armor that such a small part of the community is ever going to achieve. And the fact of the matter is that it takes way too long to get to it. Not even like, it's like 3 inheritors worth of trying to get this armor. It's not something that they want to encourage people to go backwards when they want people to jump onto Halo Infinite. So I think this is a good route to go with, and I think that there's unfortunately a lot of entitled certain people that just don't get it, that that's not how Halo Infinite should be, that they should reward this. Halo 5 had its chance. It's done. It's over. Let's move on from it. And when Halo Infinite comes out, let's try and enjoy that and have a good time with it, and not make so much demands that we expect certain things. I do expect that the game should be fun and entertaining, and they should make up for all the negatives that have happened in the past. But I'm not gonna say that they need to make it up by rewarding us for stuff. That's ridiculous. Anyways, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you all for watching. If you got any comments, concerns, or anything like that, drop it down in the comment section. I would love to hear it. I got other videos I'm working on, so this is just going to be a quick one. I have, bigger videos I want to actually cover. So, anyways, I'm going to let this go here. You all take care and have a great day. Thanks. Bye.